If you're new, press the bell icon to get the latest notifications.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome back to JASMY video update. Alright, so I've cleaned up a little bit of the pattern, and let's do this again, okay, from ground zero. Now let's talk about what is going on for JASMY and what I think that you should know. You must know what I think. Think what I know. Anyways, where do we start off? Okay, the first place to start off for JASMY, and this is just going to be TA, no financial advices. Don't look at these videos and try to buy or sell anything, but TA and an educational standpoint, what is happening for JASMY when you look at the charts. Okay, I'm not talking about the guts feeling. You feel like it's the bottom, right? I'm still not convinced about the bottom, but I'm going to tell you how the bottom is going to kick in. Number one, you have a very good positive sign here that you're above the 55 EMA and you're above the 10 and the 20, but you've actually been above the 55 as well previously, which was somewhere here, okay? The highest it could go and the biggest dump you could do. Okay, so being above the 55 is not good enough. You were above the 55 here, but you still went down. You try to cross the 55 there, you still went down. In here, you can't even expect the same thing. And right now, I don't want to waste way too much time, so let's do one more thing. Let's dive into the 4-hour time frame, and I want to show you something on the 4-hour time frame. All right, so this is something called as a rising wedge, as far as I see things. So there we go, boom, boom, boom. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in there because I want to actually dive into the details of this lower trend line. And you have touch number 1, touch number 2, and some few touches there. Number 3, valid trend line, valid support line, which is actually moving to the upside. Check. Okay, in here you have something like this as well. Pretty much it's gonna be actually this, I guess. Yeah, so there you go. And if we count the wicks as well, so how does this look like? You have touch number 1, touch number 2, touch number 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you pop to the downside, you continue to 3, 4, 3, 5. Of course, there's no any break of JASMY right now, so I wanted to get bullish for a second here, but I'm still going to be careful, honestly. Okay, now you have this particular pattern, and you have like a rising wedge, but you have this one resistance right there as well. Okay, so I'm going to show you that we are, like, on a technical perspective, again, not a good idea to buy. Not a good idea to buy. If you ask me, like, I'm absolute beginner and I'm actually doing a TA on which coin I should buy, this tells me it's not a buying zone but a selling zone. Still tells me that, because matching the RSI, look at the RSI. Okay, the RSI is at the overbought department on the daily time frame, and on the 4-hour time frame we're absolutely overbought as well. Look at this, boom. On the 4-hour time frame, that's the highest you are right now. Okay, right, pretty good. And we do have a bearish divergence, by the way. So if you look at this, I think this is a hidden bearish divergence. Boom, so higher highs here. So this is a high, a higher high, and a higher high. This is your potential high and a lower high at the moment. So you have a bearish divergence. Okay, on a technical perspective, that looks a little bit nasty. And one more check that you should pay attention to is on the weekly. And here we go on the weekly. That's also another resistance line. Okay, so this was your bear flag, move down, pop up like this, go down. You're looking for 2400, which you haven't met, but you actually went up to back test the neckline, maybe in the future go down. And that's also a resistance up here, but you also have the EMA as your resistance. Look at this 10 EMA on the weekly. Okay, that has been your biggest massive resistance, disappointment, and a turnover. So this was your first touch right here, move down. Second touch right there, move down. Third touch right here, and the third's the charm maybe. Okay, be careful. Now, however, if you're really meant to be bullish out here, then there's another thing that I noticed, and I know it's a little bit confusing, but okay, only a trader is going to understand what I'm trying to say, or what I'm about to say, is that you also have this as your pattern, right? A rounded bottom, and you have this resistance as well. So if you try to break out of it, then you're looking for a different scenario, and that's what I want to keep in mind as well. So from the top to the bottom right here, then you're looking for 6,000 or 5,900, and that is actually, if you look at the EMA, that's going to be a technical target to go up to the 20 EMA. Do you see that? So it really makes sense to come up to 60 or 6,000 as well. But on a weekly perspective, on a daily perspective, on a rising wedge perspective, all these things, keep that in mind and do your own research at this point of time. I was actually feeling to buy it, but looking at all these things, I'm still not in the mood of touching it, because if I showed you Gala actually did a great job of breaking out of that pattern. So look at this. This is what Gala did. Can Jasmy do the same? I don't know, because Gala had this resistance right here. I'm going to show you that. So that was your support here, break to the downside, and I'm just going to hide the EMAs, and then you went up like this, and you met the resistance, but you still broke out of it, and you're looking to come up here. So if the same can happen for Jasmy, then I could say that Jasmy is going to actually pump to 6,000 right over there. So that's pretty much it for this detailed analysis on Jasmy. I'm going to see you in the next one. Allah Hafiz.